Hi, today I want to give you a quick lesson in SEO or search engine optimization. And before you stop this video thinking, well, that's way too boring and it doesn't concern me, I want to just show you exactly how it can concern you and what you can do to make sure that your website is found for the terms that you want to get it found for. So the first thing I'm going to do is just open an incognito window in Chrome, in Google Chrome. And I'm going to show you how to do this, but I'm on a Mac, so you may need to adapt these instructions for PC. So here I am in Chrome. I'm going to go to File and New Incognito Window. Now, why would I do that? Well, because if I do a search here in just in my ordinary Chrome, then, and also because I'm signed in, as you can see on the top right hand side here, to Google, Google's going to remember some of my preferences. So if I typed in, for example, how to stage a house for sale. Okay, haven't put the how in properly, but let's just do that. What you can see is I've got a list of customized answers for me based on my search history in the past, which could be completely different. It may not be, but it could be completely different to if I go into an incognito window and therefore Google forgets my preferences. And let's just try doing one for a local estate agent. So if I put in estate agents Lancaster, say, let's just see what comes up. And you can see that anything that's purple I've clicked on. So Lancaster purple bricks I must have clicked on. There's also some things here that I know I have clicked on that aren't showing in purple because it does refresh every now and again. But I can see there's people like VMove here, Victoria Green, who's one of my clients. So clearly I've gone onto her site several times before, same here as well. So it's going to show a customized search. So that's why we go into an incognito search tab. So let's just do that now. So File, New Incognito Window. On a Mac you can also do Command Shift and N, which you can see here, Command Shift and N. So New Incognito Window, then it's going to forget everything. It's going to forget everything it's ever done before. Well, that's the theory anyway. So let's type in a couple of searches, and I'm not going to do home searches just for now. I'm just going to just show you how this works on other kinds of searches. And I was just looking through my search history recently to see what I've been searching for. So you're going to see a little bit of personal insight here. But I have been searching for running heart rate training. So how to use heart rate training for running. And you can see here there's quite a few answers, remind me later, from people like, and we've got Runner's World. So forget the ads, there's an ad there. It says ad next to it, and actually ads don't look like ads anymore. They just say ad, that's all. And that's the only way you can tell it's an ad. And they've usually got 3 ads at the bottom or 4 ads at the bottom as well. The paid spaces on a search results page are 3 at the top and 4 at the bottom. So there's 7 spaces in total. So if they haven't all been taken, it's just because nobody's decided that, or nobody wants that search term there in this particular area. So who have we got? We've got Runner's World, we've got Runners Connect, Running for Fitness, Running.competitor, Wearable, Active. We've got lots of running type of websites that you might imagine would come up on a search. So let's just click on this one here. It's from 2013, so it's quite an old one, but Google must consider that this is quite a definitive guide on heart rate training for running. And as I look down, you know, there's some sponsored stuff on the right hand side because it's a paid, it's not a paid site, it's a freemium model where they generate traffic and then they sell the ad space to the traffic that's generated. But you can see it's quite a good post. There's lots of information about it, because that's what I've been looking for. This is the kind of information that I was trying to find. And, you know, all the information's there that I would like to know about. And also we get what's called an exit intent or timed pop-up to ask me to put my email in there, and it's going to give me a nice treat for doing that, which is the free download of the trail, which again is quite compelling. So look at what we're doing here. We've put in a search for something that is very factual. The answers that have come up have all linked to different running sites that Google consider credible. The answer here is a very good comprehensive answer. It's not too complicated, but it's not too simplistic either. There's a few different internal links, and then when I try and go off the page, you see that I get that pop up to say, well, do I want to put my email address in? So altogether a pretty good funnel really, and exactly what I teach to my clients. Now, how does that apply to you? What have you got to do with heart rate training in running? Very little, probably. So let's just put in a home kind of search. So I know I put in before how to home stage your house for sale, but people are more likely to be searching for things like, let's say, how long will my house take to sell? Perhaps completely made it up, no idea if that's going to bring up any good results, but you can see that all these slots have been taken now by the companies that are paying for the ads, like Purple Bricks, etc. So you've got 4 slots there. Let's see if the 3 slots at the bottom have gone. 2 of the 3 slots at the bottom have gone as well. So it's clearly a very competitive search string, or what they call a long tail search. Now here in this box here by the Telegraph, it says the average time nationwide is just under 6 weeks. This is far quicker than a year ago when the average was almost 9 weeks. Now this is what's called a rich snippets box, and this is because the Telegraph are considered to be a very good source of information on this particular topic. So what Google's looking at is what people search for, where they then click, and then what their behaviour is like following that click. So what it wants to see is if the Telegraph is a credible source, is I'm going to click on there and I'm going to stay on that page while I read it. I'm going to scroll down and I'm probably going to click on any internal or external links as well. And that shows Google that that was actually a really good search result and that Sam found the answer to her question on that. So that's why we've got this rich snippet here. And it's very difficult to get into the rich snippets, but if you can do, then it shows that your site is a very, very credible source of answers for this, a question like this or similar. You can see that there's also, and this is where I look for opportunities. So you can see that there's also a very recent post there from 6th of August 2016. I'm recording this in September 2016, and it's by somebody called The Balance. Never heard of them actually. Then you've got Mumsnet, and then you've got National Home Buyers, Telegraph again, The Advisory, Redfin, etc. Now, my question to you is, why aren't you here? Why is one of your blogs or articles not here in this search result? Because actually that's a really good search result to rank for, isn't it? Now, if I wanted to see what other possibilities were to that question, you can see that there's some auto-completes here. How long does it take to sell a house after offer accepted, offer to completion with no chain? And what these are all opportunities for you. These are all opportunities for you to write a blog post or an online article of some description that you can then be found for. And Google will always give, or almost always give, a regional or local bias to its answers if it possibly can do. So if you are in, say, York, and you've got a fantastic blog and you're ranking really high, or you've got lots and lots of answers to these kind of questions on your site, you will rank really high in your local area, higher than you will do nationwide. What you can then do with that traffic, which is probably a topic for another video, is to then pixel that traffic and retarget them with a very geographical limit on Facebook, say. But as I say, that's probably a step too far. So let's just look at a couple more ideas for what you could write a blog post on, or at least have content on your site about. It doesn't necessarily have to be a blog, doesn't have to be something that you update every week, but at least have a guide on there, or something under your About Us section, or something that people can find and enjoy and find the answers to their questions, because these are, as you can see, genuine questions that people are putting in. So how about what to do before spray tan viewing for viewing a house? Okay, so that's not quite what I was putting in. What to do before a viewing. Let's just try that one, see what comes up. Okay, so your move, I've got a selling guide called Prepare Your Home for a Viewing. I forgot what it's called, Homeowners Alliance, that's right, HOA, viewing a property, the checklist. Now, I would say that the Homeowners Alliance is a fantastic site for answers like this. They almost always come up on the first page of any question I put in about home selling. So, have a look at them and take inspiration from what they're doing. And then you've got Phil Spencer's guide, but look at the date on that, 2007. I mean, to me, that represents a massive opportunity to you. I mean, that's been live for, 9 years? I mean, that's just unbelievable. Was the internet even invented then? So, in fact, 2007 was the year that Facebook was launched, so that shows you how long ago that was. So, again, massive, massive opportunity. But it is Phil Spencer's guide to house viewing, so it's got huge credibility. You know, you'd have to do a lot to beat that in the search results, but doesn't mean you shouldn't try. Then you've got the standard, again, from 2014, so it's 2 years old. And then you've got Property Pal, haven't even heard of them. Save the Student, Everplans. That's clearly about funerals, so let's not dwell on that one. And then you've got NI Direct, Housing Advice, and Rightmove, which is a rental guide. So there's lots and lots of things that you can do there to get in that first page of the Google search results. And you can also see as well, when I just highlight that, you can see the alternatives: house viewing tips, sellers, house viewing questions, Phil Spencer, how to sell your house. It's a good one. Preparing a house for sale, photos. Should we try clicking on that one? That would be an interesting one. So you might expect you've got a couple of paid adverts there. So you've got Shutterstock and Net Air. I think I might have actually accidentally clicked on the top one. Prepare your home photographs. Again, you've got Your Move there. Just go back a step. You've got Prime Location, you've got, who else have you got? House Revolution. Telegraph again comes up time and time again. Again, look at them and see what they're doing, seeing how you can take inspiration from the content they've got on their site. 10 Tips Better Property Photographs from 2014. You could be here. You could be in this section explaining the best way of getting your house ready for good property photographs and the best way of getting the best out of your photographer, and then how that then links to a sale price. So people are searching for this stuff. You may as well be one of the answers that they find. So what we're talking about here is a content first strategy. It's taking the content that is probably in your head, getting it down on a web page, getting it findable. Great word, I'm sure it'll be in the dictionary this year. Getting it findable from Google so that Google start to see you as a credible expert, and you start to really build credibility locally, regionally, and probably nationally. That's how Google will see you, certainly within the UK. And there's also lots of words that we use in the UK that they don't use in other countries, like viewing, for example. They would say showing. Can't think of any off the top of my head. Instruction, obviously, we probably wouldn't put that in a blog post, but anyway, you get the idea. So we've got lots of UK kind of jargon, so you're going to be found more in the UK, but also Google will give a bias to UK search results anyway, as you probably know. So content first means that you're setting yourself up as a credible source of information, you're positioning yourself as an expert in your local area, and you're really demonstrating that you know and care what people are searching for and about the results that then gives them, and how you can be the source of those answers. So that's just a little bit of an advisory video about how to get found for the right terms in your area. And if you want to know any more information about that, then just drop me an email. Either reply to this if you're watching this on an email, or send me an email to sam@samashdown.co.uk, or link with me on social media where you'll always find me. So thanks very much for watching. Bye for now.